live. Well, hello, Debbie. Thank you for being here with me today. I'm so excited to interview you today because you have such an incredible message to share with everybody, with women, with men, everybody, because you've gone through an incredible journey with your cancer. So I didn't know you. I got to know you through a friend from Nevada. So anyways, why don't you just tell everybody who you are and where you're from, and we'll start there and we'll kind of go with it.
All right. Thank you, Monica, for inviting me for this and listening and being there. So my name's Debbie. I'm 55 years old. I grew up in Southern California and I'm currently in St. George, Utah. Always was fit, pretty much, always going to the gym through high school, ran, all that stuff. I never had any major health issues, so I thought I was healthy. I'm 5'10", I would say kind of large boned. What if that's a thing? I don't know. But, I was a big girl and I was like 145, 150 my whole life, 130. And through age and whatever, of course, after kids, I went up to 180 pounds. So I'm like, okay, that's part of age, but I still, no drugs, no medications, no nothing. And then out of the blue, 53 years old, I had a full hysterectomy and I struggled with kidney stones. So I had a full hysterectomy, and after that, I had hot flashes. And from a hot flash, I actually fainted and I got up and my chest felt weird. So I went to the doctor and got an ultrasound. I had a mammogram, didn't show up then. Got an ultrasound, and usually you wait. This is big. Usually you have to wait for the results of an ultrasound. Usually, they do it. They don't tell you anything right there. You do the test and you're waiting. You're like asking the tech, can I get the results? They're like, no, you have to wait. The radiologist actually came in my room and said, you're not waiting. It's 99.9. You have breast cancer. I about fell over in the chair.
Whoa, wait. So back up a little bit. Did you have any symptoms before you
No,
got the shocking news? So,
no, no symptoms, no nothing. I fainted from a hot flash. And I felt this weird rope in my chest. I'm like, that's kind of weird. So I went and I was like, okay, I'm going to do this ultrasound. And then I would have 2 to 3 weeks to prepare myself for the news. He comes in right then and there and goes 99.9. I about fell over. I was by myself. I'm kind of camping because I'm in Klamath sand dunes. And I'm like, what in the world? What? And so I was like, my whole world just went whoo, and no symptoms, no meds, no nothing. I should have my picture. Well, you have the pictures
do
up.
you, well, I'll have to pull up. Keep talking. I'm going to pull your
So
pictures.
anyways, I looked healthy. Like literally, I thought I was healthy. And so then, of course, they did the biopsies and all that, and it came back. I had stage 3 triple negative invasive lobular breast cancer, and they wanted me to start chemo like 2 months ago. I was like, what in the world? So 53 years old, kind of right at the edge of COVID 2023. So yeah, that rocked my world. And so after that, I'm not a pill pusher. I'm not a doctor person. I want to live my life. I don't want to be married to prescriptions and doctors because obviously with health insurance, you have to stay in that area when you have doctor's appointments and prescriptions. You can't travel or anything. I'm a traveling person. I didn't want to be stuck anywhere. So it really made me mad.
Well,
So
I'm pulled up your pictures here. So can you see what I
yeah,
pulled up?
yeah.
So,
So the one in the bottom was like in the 2007 probably. And that's basically kind of how I looked the whole time. The one on with the green tank top, that was like after I had kids. So that was after 2002, 2003. And then 2023 is the mastectomy. So I had a breast augmentation. So when I did the surgery, the mastectomy, I wanted everything gone because that surgery was 20 years old.
yeah.
And that was the other thing. It was just, they said I had some lymph node involvement, but it wasn't a lot. Um, and I said, well, can I just get my boobs gone and not do this chemo stuff? And they're like, no, you have to do chemo. And so I was mad.
Wow.
So I was like, I just want my boobs gone. And they're like, nope, no surgeon would touch me, not if I paid cash. They wouldn't even touch me. They're like,
But
you're like,
why did they not want to
because
touch
they
you?
didn't
Like
want to,
what was,
because the saying is when you have cancer and you open it up, it spreads because now your body is open to all the germs. So they're
okay.
like, nope, you're off limits. And I'm like, Oh, no. So I played by the rules to have the surgery. So I had to do the chemo regimen. So I did chemo every Friday from April to October. Every Friday. Every Thursday I had to go to get blood work, and then Friday was my chemo day. And then I had a month off, and then November 2023 I had the mastectomy, and then I had the drains. As soon as I had the drains out, they wanted me to start chemo again, another year and a half of Keytruda and clinical trials and 44 rounds of radiation. And I said, no. I walked away. So I've not been back to the doctor since November 2023. No meds.
Okay, so I have to interject here. So what made you say no? Was it like quality of life or something you were worried about, or like what made you say no?
I knew what the chemo, I knew most of the time, yes, people get diagnosed with cancer, but it's the chemo that kills you because
Yes.
it affects everything in your body. So during my chemo, I lost all my hair. This is my new hair coming in. I lost every hair on my body, my cilia on my tongue. I had earaches, blood coming out of my ears. And so because of that, I have the effects of my equilibrium is off because my eardrum basically blew up in my ear. And I woke up with blood coming out of my ear. And so because of that, it messed up my balance. So that's why I have a service dog now, because of the balance issue. I try to stand on my right leg for long periods and I can't. I mean, I can and I try and it's just the way it is. Um,
So let me ask you, so you refuse cancer, I mean, the cancer treatment because you don't want to die from that, because that's what does true. I mean, my mom went through cancer. I know what happened to her.
yeah.
So what did you decide to do to look after yourself? Like what did you
So
start practicing?
I was on a mission to, so I was already doing supplements and all that. But after the
Mhm.
treatment, I knew the side effects could be there. And I'm like, okay, how do I get rid of these side effects? So I was trying to fast on my own. I was fasting on my own. I was hiking 8 to 12 miles a day. I was doing all those things, but I wasn't getting results. I was like, and so I was losing hope. I was like, this is crazy. Is this my new life? I go, and then I have cancer in the back of my head all the time, like, oh, cancer can come back, so I'm like, what am I going to do? And then out of the blue, I'm feeling desperate, kind of like, okay, I'm doing everything I can. What else can I do? Because the scale's not moving. I feel inflamed. I have the brain fog, mental clarity, depression, anxiety, and all that stuff. And I called a girlfriend that I hadn't talked to in over 20 years, and she had lost her husband. So we were talking, and she said, it's changed her. I go, what is it? I don't even care. I'm desperate. I've nothing to lose. I already have death on my head. So she told me about the protocol about fasting and fiber. I'm like, I'm all about it. And I literally signed up as a customer that day and became a partner because it made sense. And within 2 days of me hiking 8 to 12 miles every day in Arizona, um, I lost all my inflammation, started going down. The mental clarity, I had mental clarity. I had hope. I the balance was coming back. It was within 3 days of me trying something totally new that I had no idea was the result I was looking for. And
Well,
no,
I remember you called me because I want to talk about this for a minute. We have two tools that we use here. One is a mate and one is a fiber, but the I know from the mate because it helps with inflammation. I remember the day you called me and you were talking about your hands.
yeah.
Tell everybody what happened with your hands.
So even before I was diagnosed with cancer, I noticed I could not make a fist. And I was like, what is going on with that? And even when
Yeah.
I would drive, I thought about, when you drive for a long time and move your sock and have the lines from your socks or whatever, that was happening too. And I was like, what is going on? And in the middle of the night, I'd wake up and I felt like my arm was 100 pounds. It bothered me more than anything. And it's because everything was being squished. So nerves and everything. And I was like, okay, this is crap. I went to the doctors, Gabapet. I'm like, no, I'm not doing Gabapet. And then they tried to say, oh, it's because the lymph nodes were involved because of cancer. Whatever. So it didn't get resolved after the thing. So for 5 years before even cancer, I struggled with that. And I started this team within 3 days. And look, so I don't know if you can show a picture. I can make a fist now, no
Let
problem.
me let me stop the share for a minute here because I got your picture up here, your new
Yeah.
new
So now I can make a fist. Before like this morning when I got up, it was kind of like that because I slept all night. But once I get moving, but all day I could only go like that. And now I can totally make a fist and I have no inflammation. And I've dropped 30 pounds from May to October. I was 180. Now I'm like 145, 150. and I haven't lost any muscle mass.
There you
And
go. Look at that.
I mean,
There's your
it's
pictures.
even, I should update my picture. It's
Yeah,
even,
you should.
yeah. So, I mean, it's just, I fast now from I fast a minimum of 16 hours every day because I want to renew my cells. But
Okay, okay. I want to ask you a real important question here for the audience
Mhm.
because people are wondering what we're using and how. Can you tell me what your day looks like with these two things? Because I'm sipping on the mate right now. So, and that's my
So,
breakfast in the morning. But take everybody through your day, please.
so I just woke up this morning. I'm in a new area, and some friends I went to, they showed me a new hike. So I haven't hiked in probably a month or so. And so this morning I did not, I had this. This is my second one already, but on my hike, I'm fasting and I'm sipping on tea and water. I just got back from the hike and now I'm drinking another hot tea. It's the Fierce. And I haven't eaten, well, I just kind of had a couple of beef jerky, but I haven't really had a meal yet. So
So, are you starving yourself?
no, I,
Okay,
I,
so
I'm burning my fat. So people out there, if you're constantly eating, you don't get to fat burning mode. So 0 to 4 hours, you're still burning the food that you ate. So if you're eating every 0 to 4 hours, you're always just burning the food you just ate. You never get to your own body's fat to burn. So when I exercise, especially, I want to be burning my fat. I don't want to be
mhm.
burning the so-called protein shake that I just drank or the eggs and all that. No, I want to burn my fat. So I would rather not eat anything in the morning. So, like I said, I don't usually eat till 2 or 3 in the afternoon.
Okay, so I'm going to interject here for a minute. A lot of people feel that they think they're starving when they're intermittent fasting or reducing their meal frequency, and they think that it's harming themselves. Well, I just to get in here for a minute. I've been in the wellness space for over 25 years, teaching people, and this is what I was taught, teaching people to eat 3 meals a day and snack all day to keep your metabolism up because I'm a runner. I've run like 10 marathons, and I thought that's what I was taught. And when I learned 3.5 years ago that when you reduce your meal frequency and intermittent fast, you're actually giving your body a break to heal.
Yeah.
So your cells can replenish. You get in something called autophagy. So your cells can repair themselves and replenish. And I don't know where I read this, but maybe it was in the book by the Diabetes Code. I can't remember now. But I read that we have so much stored energy on our body in the form of body fat and love handles, whatever. We could go over a month without eating and it wouldn't make us sick. It wouldn't even affect us in a negative way.
All
So
right.
go ahead.
So why it's important to me because cancer is a cellular level. What is the whole
Right.
point of chemo? To kill all your cells, right? The good and the bad. I left treatment. So me as my person and how I want to live, I want to get rid of those cancer cells if they're still there naturally.
Right.
It's a natural thing. Our body knows how to heal itself if you give it the right tools. So, do I
Exactly.
want to go back to the doctor and try? No, no, sorry. The medical practice is good and it's good for what it is and prescriptions, but no, my body knows how to heal if I give it the right stuff. And so, the other thing I do is balance. Well, that's one of the issues I had too. I mean, let's talk about poop. Poop is important.
Okay, so
Sorry.
is this a fiber, right?
Yes.
Okay, so when do you take this?
So the protocol is for one before your biggest meal. But again, with me, because I'm healing, I consider I'm healing till my last breath because of what I put my body through. So I do two a day. I do one before each big meal that I do. And if I'm fasting for longer, I still do a balance because it's food and it's not NOT breaking your fast. So if
Okay,
I'm
so is
fasting,
this is a pharmaceutical or is it what is it? It's
it's a
a
nutraceutical, 7 fibers, it's patent. We have no fiber in our food anymore. So I had a problem with constipation, all that from chemo again. And so you got to poop. Sorry. And so this makes your system work right. So I talk to friends that have constipation problems and diarrhea problems. Guess
Yep,
what? Your gut is a mess. Your
it
gut is a
is.
mess. You need to fix your gut health. And this does it. I mean, I've understand you have to push through the bad before you can get better.
Exactly. And to make a big point about this fiber, this is not like a Benefiber or a Metamucil, and this is the Kroger brand. But these are great fibers to specifically only make you poop. It's a one source fiber. Um, I can't remember what the cileus husk. That's what it is. Okay. So
Yeah.
the fiber that we're talking about has 7 fibers in it. This actually gives your microbiome. We've got little bugs in our tummies. It gives our microbiome the proper things to eat. So yes, if you're not regular or you have gut issues like IBS, all these things, this will help heal your metabolic health inside so that you're giving the proper source to your stomach and it affects everything in our body. So this is why you've had a chance actually to heal your microbiome. And it makes, of course, it's going to make you regular. There's like 7 fibers in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
So
as a
absolutely.
woman, I mean, from menstrual cycles and being a woman, whatever, we feel poofy all the time. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I have a full hysterectomy now, but I remember, I mean, I was the topless dancer in Vegas also for 20 years, and I had to weigh myself and this and that. Last thing you want to do, you wanted a flat stomach, but I felt bloated. I'm like, where was this stuff? You know, when I was doing that, it would have made my life a little easier. But I don't feel, and that was the other thing that disappeared, the bloatedness. I do not, I mean, let's again be real. Everybody passes gas. I hardly ever pass gas. And my stomach is flat. I'm not bloated and don't feel like Pillsbury Doughboy or feel like I have to unbutton my pants. Those little simple things make a huge
Make a
difference.
huge difference. When I travel or I'm on the road, even my son messaged me, he's on this fiber now. Um, when we get our normal routine disrupted, a lot of times that causes problems too. Like when I used to travel, it was always a mess for me. I would not be able to go, and it's a funny thing to talk about, but it's true. I think
Yeah.
a lot of people can relate with that. My son called me, he got started on this here, and that's the first thing he mentioned to me over the holidays. His mom, all that traveling I did, visiting family and everything, I love this fiber.
Yeah.
So yeah, it gets things back to a normal. And then the Unimate, the mate, I want to mention this. This is phenomenal. Um, we were talking a little bit before this. You know, so many people right now are getting on all these shots and drugs. And I just found out from a medical person that those GLP-1 shots increase your GLP-1 by like 5 or 6%. Well, what we've learned from the clinical studies from this, and by the way, this fiber and this mate is in the physician's desk reference. We found that this increases your GLP-1, which is also a natural hormone in our body, by 67%
Mhm.
without side effects. And I'm thinking, I wish I would have known about this years ago, but I'm happy I know now. Why would anybody want to use something that's synthetic, that's
Mhm.
not real? This is your body's own GLP-1 increasing its production by 67%. It's
Right.
phenomenal.
And that's
So,
when it's so, I mean, just people don't, we have a lot of sickness within us sometimes, and and the cells, your body is waiting for a perfect storm for it to come alive.
and you said something the other day, you're not sick until you're sick. Everything can be going just fine, just like what happened with you with your cancer. Everything is going fine. You feel great. And all of a sudden, boom, something happens. And you wonder, how did this happen?
Right. We could all have dormant cancer cells, but it's stress, lifestyle, whatever, and all of a sudden something, your body's tired, and then all of a sudden it wakes it up. But you've had it the whole time, but you've just been whatever. And so that's why with me, yeah, I'm a little bit hardcore. Sorry out there, but I am, because this is how I'm living my life, because I realize going, crap, I probably had a stressful life. I put a lot of it on my lifestyle, working in the club, nighttime. Working nighttime is awful for your metabolism and your body. Your
Right,
circadian rhythm, that is not natural for your body. So you're already going against the grain. And then being in smoke and then relationships and it's life. We are living life. So
right.
this for me is a simple tool with no thinking, because during the cancer treatment, I did still take my supplements regardless of what they said. I don't
Right.
advise, but if that's what you choose to do, do it. Um, I had to, oh, wait 5 minutes before I could take this pill, because, some vitamins with water, with food, with this. It was brain damaging. I'm like, I couldn't keep up with that. I'm like, this is stupid. It's a no brainer. You just sip on whatever, and before you eat, you chug this, and it's easy to take anywhere. Like, this is my day 4. Look at how
Yeah, I
small
know.
it is.
Yeah, here's
You can
mine. I got my
travel with it
missing link.
anywhere.
I know.
Instead of,
It's
what
easy.
are vitamins? You don't want to put vitamins together a lot of times. So you have all your bottles, or you have all these baggies, and you have to mark the baggie of what vitamin it is and this and that. I've been there. I get it. I'm not doing that anymore. I do this. This is it. I've stopped everything that I was doing before. I was spending thousands of dollars on supplements and stuff. I'm only doing this. Why? Because it's the only thing I really got results with so far. I mean, maybe the vitamins and supplement helped me previously. That's why I got through the treatment so well, but I was still inflamed. I was still overweight. I still had brain fog. I still had all the symptoms. This, all those symptoms have reversed.
So let me ask you something. If someone's watching today and they're struggling, and this is not a weight loss program. This is it heals, it gets your body back metabolically, gives your body a chance to heal itself. But if you have weight to lose, you're obviously going to do that, right? Because it's going to do that. This is a good side effect, I should say. So if you had someone that was watching this today, and if you could give them any advice to why they should maybe try this, why don't you go ahead and share that?
Um, why not? What do you have to lose? I mean, you're not getting the results that you are, whatever you're on, and you're still not getting the results, even though you think you're doing the right thing. Are you really? I mean, really? Sometimes it's scary. We have to get really real with ourselves, and we're our worst enemy. I mean, how often do you really want to look in the mirror? I mean, we look in the mirror, we do our makeup or whatever we're doing, but how often you really look in the mirror and have a conversation with yourself? I mean, a lot of people don't even like hearing their own voice. So
Right.
it's a come to a point in your life going, you know what? I need to stop kidding myself
Mhm.
and wake up and go, I'm sick. I'm overweight. I have too many meds. I have no energy. I'm this, that. I choose not to live that way. And so a lot that I talk about, it's through my experience. Yes,
And
I've helped.
that's all we can share because that's
Yeah.
our story. And that may inspire someone else. And if anybody has any questions, by the way, you can put it in the chat. We'll see it once we come off here. If you have questions, you can direct message both Debbie or me. You know, we're here to support you. Um, this this protocol we're talking about works out to like $5 a day. I mean, this is you can't even get a meal at a junk food place like McDonald's, just saying, for $5, or go to get a coffee. This is your own health. Company is phenomenal. They're in 63 countries. They offer a 90-day money back guarantee. They give you an amazing app on your phone that you can keep track of everything to help you, you know, when you should be taking this. It's just so simple. And with that guarantee, the way I looked at it, and I'm sure you did too, like you said just a minute ago, you have nothing to lose, everything to gain. And that made me relieved. And Debbie has a discount link, just like I use mine. We
Mhm.
can share that with you. So message us and we'll give you a clickable link that you can get. Go choose this for yourself, modify it for yourself. And then we have an incredible support system. I was going to mention this is where I've learned a lot. Every Tuesday, we have a science call with medical professionals that come on. We usually have anywhere from 700 people come into these just to learn about insulin resistant, because insulin resistance, unbelievably, is the core reason for most metabolic diseases. And 9 out of 10 of the top medical diseases that we have are lifestyle related, and we have control over it. And our food industry is not on our side. Everything's modified, highly processed. It's really hard. So don't feel, if you're watching us talking today, that it's your fault. We have so many things going against us. This is just a simple system that will help you get that back in place. And we're here to support you. We even have a nice support group on Facebook. So
Right. And I
we're
wanted to
here.
add too that a lot of people I mean, I think sometimes this is a pride thing. I mean, they're trying to do everything. It's just kind of like when you're lost, and it's the fight of, do you want to go ask for directions, right? You know you're lost, but your pride gets in the way. So you're doing the right thing. You're maybe weighing your food. You're doing the macronutrient, whatever all that garbage is. I don't even know that. To me, that's just brain damaging. I say I just can't do that. Brain fog, chemo brain is real, but guess what? Since I've been doing this, it's better. But I'm not dieting. I'm not restricting myself if I don't crave the sugar, but if I want a candy bar or if I want that donut or piece of cake, I drink a balance and it protects my body from the junk.
Yeah.
So I don't calorie count. This isn't a diet trend. I don't weigh my food. I'm not like, oh, I can't enjoy that. If I'm on vacation or visiting friends during the holidays, I didn't gain 1 pound. And I went on a cruise for 3 days. Of course, I'm going to eat all their food. I'm on a cruise,
Yes.
once in a lifetime thing. I did not diet. I ate whatever I wanted. I still fasted because that's just what I do. So I fasted for 16, probably less hours, 16 hours probably was my max there. I didn't gain a pound. I didn't gain 1 pound. So I don't ever have to worry about gaining weight back or going backwards.
Exactly. And just before we wrap it up here, I want to say that's what you were talking about. So simple. This gets rid of the food noise. I call it my liquid gold in a bottle because I just love it. It gets rid of that food noise. I don't have all the cravings I used to have. So I sip on that during the day in my fasting windows. And then before my biggest meal, I chug one of these fibers with 4 to 6 ounces of water. And that's how simple this protocol is. So your story, we're gonna do this again because it's really important for women out there who might be going through the same thing, or men, same thing. We're all going up against these metabolic illnesses, and we have a solution. It's has over 30 clinical studies. It's in the physician's desk reference. It's food anybody can use, even children. So Debbie, I want to thank you for being here today. And if you want to shorten something, say something just before we end this, please do.
Just try it. You don't, Monica and I can sit here and tell you our amazing stories and our results, but no one knows anything unless you do it. I can sit here and explain the ocean to you. I can explain this, but you got to go experience for yourself. So
Right on.
jump off the cliff and try it. What do you got to lose? I'm sure you go to Walmart or Costco and go, oh, that looks cool. I'm going to try that. Do they give you a money back guarantee or do you have any way to sample it? No. You're getting it from a friend or a person that's real telling you their results. It's like, hello, I love you. I care about you. I don't want you dying.
Yep. Well, Debbie, you're right on the beam. And your story has inspired me and so many other people because of this journey you've been on. And a lot of people, I just had a good friend pass away. And another person that just got diagnosed with cancer, who's getting on this protocol now from Washington, D.C. And you know what? More people need to hear about this because it's not a miracle. It's just giving your body what it needs. And
Okay,
that's
one
all.
last
That's what,
thing. So with
go
that,
ahead.
mention that. So I started dancing in 1992. I met a girl my age. She was 55, over 20 years ago. She got diagnosed cancer while pregnant with one of her daughters, went through chemo while pregnant. And from that, she got really sick. So as I knew her dancing from 92 to 2009, she was going to the doctors all the time, struggling, struggling, struggling. And even we remained friends. I messaged her in December because I was following her story. She was still sick. She had so many things wrong with her. And I knew in my back of my head what she was going through. She was going to probably pass away. Guess what? She passed away 3 days ago. She was 55 years old
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
because of the chemo and what you know what she was filled up with drugs and doctors. Literally for 20 years she has been married to the medical field and she still passed away.
You know why? And that's one thing you mentioned earlier. The drugs that they use to kill the cancer kill both the bad cells and the good ones. It doesn't know the difference.
Yeah,
So,
so
yep.
that's what I'm trying. I get it, they bully you, they whatever, but it's part, follow the money, people. It's part of the system and it's not a benefit to you. You're the one that has to live with it. That's what I tell doctors. I go,
We have to make our own decisions about our own
you have to
health.
listen to your body.
Hmm.
And these are natural God given grown stuff. It's not going to hurt you. So a lot of the stuff that we have is our head noise, the distractions, the naysayer, the whatever. And you got to go, it's a choose to live or die, basically. Do you want to live how you're living, or do you want to change and have something better? And I choose to live. As I'm walking and breathing, I choose to live my way, God's way, and be healthy and not go back to the doctors.
Well, thank you, Debbie.
So anyways,
That is wonderful. If anybody knows Debbie, you follow her. If you don't know, follow her. She's on TikTok, she's on Facebook, she's on Instagram. She is spreading the message. So I want to thank you for being here today and sharing your journey with all of us. So
thank you.
wonderful. Thank you. Have a wonderful day, and we'll catch you later. Thank you. And thank you, everybody, for being here. Make sure you reach out to us, private message us, we'll help you out.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.